Welcome to Daytime. Jamie's all geared up. She's going snowmobiling today. We are here to talk a little bit now about snowmobiling, the trails, safety. It seems like a perfect winter day to be. Can you talk right now with that? No, okay. With the weather that we're having, we had a little bit of fresh snow. That's good for the trails. And to talk about all this, we're joined by Ryan Downing. He is with the Osgoode Carleton Snowmobile Trail Club. Hi, Ryan.
Hi,
Ryan. Okay, you're going to help me with this, right?
You never looked better with that helmet. I'll pull it off.
Okay, there we go.
Ah.
Perfect. That is quite the helmet.
Yeah, that's a higher end helmet. If you're going to ride, you want to protect your head. So
Obviously,
that is really like
you have to get a good bucket.
It's
so.
quite heavy.
It's actually pretty light in helmet
Really?
terms. Yeah. And it's got a good safety feature on it because you have a LED light on the back. And when you're
very
riding and there's
cool.
snow dust, you have the ability to see that person's head and see where they're going at night.
So, Ryan, on the weekend, there actually in the last little while, there have been a few snowmobile accidents, and unfortunately, it happens every year. But this year, I think that snowmobiling is off to a very late start just because we had such a mild November, December. So, give us kind of an update on the situation as far as the trails are concerned right now. Are they open right now?
They're not open yet.
Okay.
Our grooming committee is working really hard to get the trails open. Like you said, nothing's frozen underneath the snow because of the warm December we had. I mean, people are forgetting that it was 17 degrees on Christmas Eve.
Right.
Yes.
So creeks, swamps, everything is just really impassable. They've gone through with the groomers. So on Friday night, 2 volunteers, 13 hours straight in 2 groomers, tried to get things open. Things were a little too rough, so it's not safe enough to open the trails yet. A little bit more snow, cold temperatures, we're going to be set. We're hoping to have everything open by the end of the weekend.
Snowmobiling, is it still really popular in these parts?
It is very popular. In fact, the Osgoode Club has about 1,000 members. The Ontario Federation of Snowmobile Clubs, which governs all of Ontario,
Right.
like our club meets other clubs at our boundaries, and we all connect together. You can ride from here to Manitoba if you wanted to.
It's an incredible, the trails that are out there and how far you can go. It's a pretty unique.
Do you snowmobile?
I don't, but I have a brother who snowmobiles. I have lots of friends who snowmobile, and I live in a community where there are snowmobiles almost on every property that we have. But it's a unique way to see the country.
It is, absolutely. It's 33,000 groomed kilometers of trail in Ontario, another 30-some thousand in Quebec. All the trails connect together. Everything's signed. There's gas, lodging, places to eat lunch, dinner along the trail side. It's absolutely amazing.
So if you're a newbie, how would you go about starting?
Go to our website. We do driver training twice a year. We usually do it in November and December. If you're over the age of 12, you can get a driver's certificate. You don't need a driver's license to drive a snowmobile in Ontario.
Okay.
So you do the driver's course, get your certificate, you're ready to go. If you need help and trying to figure out what you want, contact anybody in the Osgoode Snowmobile Club. We'd be happy to sit down and talk about snowmobiling with you. We have events at our clubhouse all the time, which is on Manotick Station Road. We have a Yamaha demo ride on Sunday. We have a drag race planned at Rideau Carleton Raceway on the 13th of February, just to raise a little bit of money for the club. We want to keep the racing off the trail and on the track so that we can try to prevent some of these accidents that are occurring.
When it comes to the safety on the trails, those trails also take us to waterways. Ice, just like the ground, isn't frozen to the capacity it normally is at this time of the year.
We need 6 inches to get a snowmobile across an ice crossing safely. Don't have that yet in a lot of places, so when the ice is safe, we will put pickets up where the trail crosses the Rideau River, for example. Right. If the pickets are not up, please don't go on the ice. It's just not safe. We don't want anybody going through the ice. It creates, of course, a dangerous situation, but we don't want bad press either. If one snowmobiler takes a chance and does something wrong, it ruins it for the rest of us, you know?
Let's talk a little bit about the gear, because that comes with the safety of it as well. Stay on the trails, use the trails, abide by the signs, but also the gear is an important part of snowmobiling because, like you said, we can travel for hundreds of miles on a snowmobile, so we got to be suited up to make sure that we're safe and warm along the way.
You can drive further in 15 minutes on your snowmobile than you can walk in an entire day.
Right.
So in places like Osgoode, there's a lot of road crossings. It's not a big deal, but when you're riding in the Quebec side, when you go up north of Montreal, you could ride for an hour and not cross a road. So,
what are the laws with regards to that, like crossing roads and stuff like that?
We put stop signs, pre-stop stop signs. You have to stop, let traffic go. When it's safe to go, you can cross. If you if you don't have a driver's license, you're not supposed to take the snowmobile across the road yourself. You're supposed to be riding with a parent or someone
okay.
who's of age, and they will cross the snowmobile.
So there
for
are
you.
laws that you have to abide by.
There's a lot of laws. We
Yeah.
have patrollers. We have our own patroller system. I'm a patroller as well. We're out checking to make sure people purchase their snowmobile passes and just making sure that no one's doing anything that's endangering themselves or
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
else.
yeah,
Because
for sure.
we promote it as a family sport, you know,
Yeah.
and it is a sport. And I know a lot of people argue about that, but we want to make sure that everybody's out there enjoying their weekend or what evening or whatever, whenever they're riding.
So go ahead.
And the police are out on the trails as well.
You will see the police. They will be out there potentially with radar guns to make sure you're not speeding. If you're under the influence, you'll lose your license. So the same rules apply. I think people assume because they're on their snowmobile they can get away from some of the
Yes,
rules,
of
and
the
that
road.
does not apply.
So what are the speed limits then on the trails?
50 kilometers an hour, most posted speed limit. You'll see 70 kilometers an hour as well. So
That sounds so fun.
you guys should come out and ride at the clubhouse one day.
I would love to do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. We'd love to have
I
you.
rode with my uncle when I was younger as a passenger, but I've never been in control of a snowmobile myself.
Can you rent snowmobiles?
You can. Loiselle Sport and Embrun rent snowmobiles. They have a facility in Gatineau as well, and in any dealership that has any kind of size usually has a rental fleet. So
You're not allowing the mayor to ride on a snowmobile anymore, though, are you?
we are, in fact. In fact, we have a.
Sorry, Jim.
We have we had a little incident last year at the clubhouse riding with Councillor Derouz.
Yeah.
But we have a ride for her. It's for ovarian cancer. We're raising a little bit of money.
Oh, nice.
Snowmobile clubs raise about $3 million a year for charities. So ours this year is sponsored by Stan's Heating and Air Conditioning, and the mayor is supposed to ride in this event, or participate.
As a
So,
passenger,
yeah.
maybe this time around?
Well, I think we're going to let him back in control.
Okay, all
We were
right.
trying to get him out to our drag race on the 13th, but he's busy that day. So
Well, Ryan, thanks so much for this. And as you said, you're close to getting the trails open, so hopefully
we're almost there.
We're
Have
almost
patience.
there.
And
All
be
right.
safe.
Be
Be
safe,
safe
sure.
out there. Be safe.
All right, thanks a lot, Ryan.
Thank you.